Disclaimer: measurements may vary from model to model. This video is for illustrative purposes only. Please be sure to refer to your owner's manual before beginning any modifications. MK Martin cannot be held liable for, including but not limited to, faulty or damaged products that may be caused by installation and any and all injuries that may occur. Hello and welcome to an MK Martin installation tutorial video. In this video, we'll be showing you how to install a box extension and shield guard tarp kit to your MK Martin gravity box. The extensions primarily increase max capacity for your gravity box while protecting the sides from front loader buckets and swigging combine augers, while the tarp kit protects your contents from blowing away and from inclement weather, but also locks quickly and easily so you can head out sooner. Before assembling your extensions and tarp kit, there are a number of tools that are needed to complete this installation properly and safely. These tools include a 10-foot ladder, safety harnesses, safety goggles, a hammer, tape measure, C-clamp or vice grip, impact wrench, an impact drill, a 7/16 wrench, 9/16 wrench, 1332 drill bit, 3/8 socket attachment, 7/16 socket attachment, and a 9/16 socket attachment. Once all your parts are accounted for, we can begin the installation process. Place a ladder at one side of the gravity box, and with a partner, begin to raise the extension panels one at a time towards the top of the gravity box. Place the extension boards in the required spots, starting from each corner so that the bottom holes are in line with the holes at the top of the gravity box, as well as making sure the extensions are also flush with the sides of the gravity box. Once properly positioned, begin to place 3/8 bolts in each of the 4 holes along the bottom and secure with a lock nut using your fingers until it's snug. Repeat this process for each extension panel, working your way clockwise along the gravity box until 6 of the panels are attached. One at a time, take the side extension connector and place it in between the side panels, securing the 2 panels together with 6 3/8 bolts, excluding the 3rd set of holes from the top. Once the sides have been fastened, begin to secure the rear corners with the corner brackets. Using all the holes at this time, do not secure the front extension panel of the side yet. Once the 2 rear corners have been secured, with a partner, take the tie bar and place it in between the 2 side extension connectors in line with the 3rd set of holes with the flat end facing forward, and secure it using each of the 4 3/8 bolts and lock nuts. After the tie bar is properly in position, begin to secure the other 2 corners in front of the gravity box with 16 3/8 issued bolts. Once all the brackets and connectors have been tightened, begin to work clockwise, tightening all the bolts along the bottom with a socket drill and a 3/8 wrench until all the components are securely fastened. After all the screws have been tightened, this completes the extension part. With a partner, grab the end cap and place it on top of the gravity box, making sure it's flush with the rear end. Secure the end cap with 1/4 self-drilling screws on the top corners of the hole openings, working your way down towards the backside using the socket drill. Once the corners have been secured, it's time to begin to place the 5 1/4 drilling into the bottom edge until the end cap is secured. Repeat this process on the front end of the other end cap. Next, using a tape measure, measure approximately 29 inches from the front end along the side. Place a hoop holder approximately 2 inches from the top of the extensions and secure using the bolts provided. Using an impact drill, drill a hole into the extension panels using the hoop holder's holes as guides. Once the holes have been drilled, secure the holder using 2 3/8 screws and lock nuts. Repeat this process continuing down the rest of the side and the other side, ensuring that each holder is in line with the opposite side every 3 feet. Once all 8 hoop holders have been placed, begin to place each hoop in between each side into the hoop holder and secure it with a hairpin. Repeat this process until all 4 hoops are secure. Using a socket drill, remove each bolt located second from the top of each side extension panel. With a partner, grab a tarp lock rail and place each end hole along the side lined up with the second hole from the top. Once lined up, secure the tarp lock rail to the extension holes with the 3/8 bolts and lock nuts. Once the tarp lock rail has been attached to either end of the extensions, using an impact drill, drill a hole into each of the side of the extension panels using the tarp lock rail holes as guides. Working clockwise, place the 3/8 bolts into each of the holes and secure it with a lock nut. Next, clear a large area on the ground and begin to roll out the tarp with the yellow stripe facing up. Once laid out, slide the long ridged pole in the middle of the sleeve. Once the middle pole has been set, begin to place the wrap tube into the ends of the tarp. If the tube has trouble sliding in the tarp, spray some lubricant on one end and try again. Once all the poles and tubes have been placed, flip the tarp over and begin to roll the one end of the tarp towards the other. Place the rolled up tarp at one end of the gravity box and roll it evenly across the top. Ensure that each side has the right amount of draping. Using a tape measure, measure 29 inches from the front end and place a tarp stop over the tarp and rod, and drill into the holes provided with an impact drill and secure with the provided bolts. Measure another 3 feet from the first tarp stop and repeat this process 2 more times for a total of 3 tarp stops. After the one end of the tarp has been fastened to the gravity box, take the nylon end plug and slide it into the wrap tube at the tongue end of the gravity box. Hammer the end plug into the wrap tube until it's flush with the tube. Taking the loop pin, place it in the front left corner and fasten it with a lock nut. Next, place the plastic clips evenly along the bar with the end plug, and secure with the 3/4 self-drilling panhead screws so that the rod is unable to move in the tarp sleeves. Take the rope attached to the end plug and tie it off onto the loop pin. Take the coupler bar and fit it into the rear end of the wrap tube. If it won't slide in, take lubricant and apply it to the gear end of the coupler until it's able to slide in and lock in with a hairpin. Test this feature by rolling the tube from the ground so that the tarp is able to roll smoothly. Next, using a tape measure, measure approximately 55 inches along the back of the gravity box, just above the inward slant of the box. With the crank hanger drop bracket, place the second hole in position and with an impact drill, drill a hole in each of the holes so that the bracket is fastened with a 3/8 bolt. On the same bracket, take the crank hanger bracket and place it and secure it in the designated hole in the middle of the bracket. Next, taking the angle bracket, fasten it to the crank hanger and the other end attached to the gravity box. Lastly, taking the longer crank hanger and fasten it to the bottom of the bracket and place it in with a hairpin. After all these steps are complete, be sure to confirm that all the pieces and components are tight. After that, you and your gravity box are ready for work. This has been an MK Martin installation tutorial video. For more information on our products, be sure to visit us at www.mkmartin.ca.